Welcome back to Waz Today, where our Waz today is Lewis and Clark Stayed Home, a 1991 release from Mech running here on the Apple IIe and Virtual 2. This is an educational game, starting out on side A here, and then the first thing we're going to do, once it loads up here, we're going to execute a disc flip. Kind of a late title here. We don't see too many 1991 games on the Apple II. But the premise is that Lewis and Clark of the Lewis and Clark expedition get sick and gotta stay home. But first we're gonna execute a disc flip and we'll see you on the other side. All right, here we are on side B of Lewis and Clark Stayed Home. I'm gonna press return. Or side 2, if you want to call it that. This is a Bouchard creation from R. Philip Bouchard, in collaboration with the Mech staff. This is version 1.0. We can start a new game, create a data disk, or we can get information. This is Lewis and Clark Stayed Home. It comes with a manual, which I did find a copy of. I'll link that in the description below. And it's got some info about the creators. And then once we get into the game, we can get some info. We can do some screen calibration here. I'm going to skip that. Let's go ahead and start a new game. Let's roll right into it. Lewis and Clark Stayed Home. Do beginner, experienced, or expert. I'm just going to do beginner here. I'm going to show off the game, show how it works. I'm going to do 5 here. And then the year is 1804. You've just received an urgent message from the President of the United States, Thomas Jefferson. Dear Wazaday, as you may know, my personal assistant, Meriwether Lewis, has been organizing an expedition to explore the newly purchased Louisiana Territory. Unfortunately, both Lewis and his co-leader, William Clark, have suddenly become quite ill. It is unclear when they will be well again. The expedition must not be delayed. Therefore, I request that you take over immediately as leader of the expedition. Sincerely, Thomas Jefferson. So, yeah, do we want to visit Jefferson? Sure, why not? I think he might give us details. We're at Monticello. Purpose, I think we're going to go... Okay, we got to map the Louisiana Purchase. We got to establish friendly contact. Find a water route to the Pacific Ocean. Any special instructions? Collect as many samples of unusual plants and animals. We've got allies. Have to win allegiance. If you reach the Pacific Ocean, okay. I don't think we have to do all of that in the beginner mode. All right, we're at St. Louis, the juncture of the Mississippi and Missouri rivers. Okay, that's where we're going to depart from. Let's get some final instructions. Okay, he's sick, but he beckons you close so that you may hear him speak. Okay. Okay. Should not try to reach the Pacific Ocean because we're beginning to explore. Okay, yeah. Instead, your principal goal is simply to reach the northern Rocky Mountains north of 42 degrees latitude and return. Okay. Got 2 summers to accomplish it, so we have to be back no later than October 1st, 1805. All right, here we are. We've got directional keys for moving. We can do 1 through 5 for options. Let's check that out first. 1, we get kind of a map. We can hit tab to show our latitude. Toggle it. It's right about 38. And then hit escape back to the travel screen. I can go hit 2. Check out our equipment and supplies. Seems fine to me. And then 3. Check out our crew. As they load up our expedition roster. I think this is mostly accurate. York was an enslaved black man who never got paid for his work on the expedition. Yeah, all these other people. I'm going to assume it's all accurate. And then 4, we got our GTA style accomplishments of mapped miles, land mapped, etc. Hit tab to get to villages. We haven't visited any villages yet, so. And then 5 is our save data. Let's return to the game. Let's start going out. Let's start going around, see what we get into. Yeah, I don't know how particularly educational this game is, but we'll see. We'll find out. I think you can learn specific things about some Native American tribes. Although I kind of doubt that, all of this was as straightforward as this. Say you become his friends. And also this is kind of like, a sanitization of what actually happened, which is, this is kind of an exercise of colonial power, of, domestic colonial power of like, oh, we purchased... So I don't know how much is a good gift. Let's give 10 10 metals? I don't know. Okay. That worked. Okay, get into some trade. Manufactured goods. Okay, yes. So I'm gonna guess that's like rifles. That's manufactured. Knives are manufactured. Beads are manufactured. Yeah. Metals also manufactured. I don't know. Let's do a little. Oh wait, no. They oh wait. So we're getting from them at the screen. Village excess. So we can get some meat if we need it. Presumably, on the harder difficulties, this is more more important. So we can give them some knives. Let's give them some knives. Oh man, I don't know what the knives to meat ratio is good. No, I have no idea. 5 knives for 100 pounds of meat. We can only take another 56 pounds of meat. Give you 5 knives for 50 pounds of meat. We accept your offer. Okay. No, I think that's enough for me. Let's so you can learn. The Nakota are divided into 2 tribes, the Yankton and the Yanktonai. Okay. This is the Yankton. Okay. But we're speedrunning this, so we're gonna leave. I think we just gotta get up to the Rockies. So I think he said 42nd parallel. Let's check out our map. 1. We got a ways to go, it looks like. Let's keep on trucking. I think the mountains are yeah, you can't. Oh. Some of our hides were taken during the night. Okay, that happens. Oh, you can walk through the mountains. Okay, so that works. Mountain forest. Let's check out some landmarks. We got a Pompey's pillar. Okay. Ordway tells you these mountains are too high to cross. Okay, so some mountains are too high to cross. That's what I was remembering. You do have to find a path here, I believe. Winter is upon us. It's time to set up winter camp. Okay. We're speed wading through winter here. But I think we gotta try to make it back before October next year. We found a Mariposa lily. Okay, that's nice. Oh, we're still waiting. Okay. Spring is nearly here. Time to break camp, check our supplies, and then continue our journey. Okay. Let's check. So we're there. Check our supplies too. I mean, we're still we're all meat. We're doing keto here. Low carb. Maybe we should trade. I don't know. Let's trade. Okay. Come as friends. You should not have come here. Please accept our gifts. We do not need gifts from you. Okay. I'm gonna give them 10 rifles. Let's see what happens. We thank you for your gifts. We may indeed be able to do business together. Okay. Will you trade with us? Unlikely that you would have anything you would want. Okay. Let's try getting some produce. Let's get like let's trade meat for produce. I don't know. We'll give you 100 pounds of meat for 100 pounds of produce. We accept your offer. Okay. That got us something. Okay, that's good enough for me. I don't think we're gonna die or anything. Hopefully not. Let's. Okay, we can't go further north into British territory. Okay, so we're still trying to find the Rockies here. Oh no. Okay, we reached the Northern Rocky Mountains. We gotta head back. Oh, and we discovered a grizzly bear. Okay. Let's see. Let's go back. I don't know if I'm gonna get trapped if I try to go this way, but let's try it and see. Man, too high, too high, too high. Okay, yep, too high. Yeah, this is what I was afraid of. Oh, that was a landmark. Geysers, okay. Too high. Oh, wait. We're due back in like 3 months. But we did find a yellow-bellied marmot, okay. And an orange honeysuckle plant, okay. How are we doing on the map? Man, we gotta book it, right? I really don't know. Oh, south of this point would be Spanish territory, okay. When we're east of the Rockies, we can turn south again, okay. We only have 1 month. It seems like the timeline on this is just so tight. Like, maybe I'm missing something, but I did do one more run of this, and the timeline was similarly tight. I think I barely missed it. We're late. Yeah, we should have returned to St. Louis by now. But, like, I mean, I didn't really, like, do a whole lot of side quests in here. You saw it. You saw it all. Some of our beads were taken during the night. Okay. And this is just the beginner mode, so I don't know how wild it gets on the expert mode. I even go on to the right place? Oh no. Winter camp again. We're way past due now. We're like at the mouth of this, at the junction of this river too. That seems like a bad place to set up camp. But what do I know? I'm not an explorer. I'm just a humble gamesman. Spring is nearly here. Okay. See if we can get back to St. Louis. Getting close. Okay. Kind of following this river. Oh, that looks like it. There we are. We're at St. Louis. Let's see what happens. Used up all your allotted days. Great to see you again. We were getting worried about you. I'm pleased to hear that you accomplished your principal goal of reaching the Northern Rocky Mountains. Then we get all our stats at the end here. We got a negative 1920 point penalty for being 192 days late. But overall, we got 6,810 points, so maybe it's not too vital to get there on time. Okay, so you can see villages you visited. Our accomplishments are superb. Okay, great. We get a certificate of honor, double pay, and 1,600 acres of land. Okay. And that's the end for Lewis and Clark Stayed Home. And I think that's going to do it here for me with Lewis and Clark Stayed Home for Waza Day. And yeah, this is the first video in a while. I was sick for a while. I couldn't really make videos because my throat would get caught up or I'd cough, and it kind of doesn't work with how I do these videos. And then I took a break for a little bit. I've had some equipment difficulties, but yeah, I'm going to get back on making these maybe more like at a weekly pace. We'll see. Maybe if I have enough of a upload queue in the background, then I'll pick up the pace again. But, you know, a daily upload, it kind of gets to you if you try to keep on that, because every day that you take off, that's another day that's off the upload queue. But that's going to do it here for me with Lewis and Clark Stayed Home, and I will see you next time for our next Waza Day.